Hi, sixth graders. I hope you are doing well. And this is the 21st and 25th September's lessons, general repetition. Please open your book, Explore Project Explore 3 book, students book and workbook, please. At the same time, we will look at them at the same time. Please open it. Okay, page 8, Family Histories, 1A, A Life Story. You first, when and where were you born? Find the person in the class with the nearest birthday to you. We did it. We talked about our birthdays. For example, I was born in Izmir on the 2nd June 1988, and you did yours also. Let's look at here. This is our granddad Peter, and also I'm going to show you the answers. The first question is, look at the picture. Whose life story is this? This is the life story of Peter. This is Peter's life story. And Peter is Tasha and Simon's granddad. The photos show a baby with the date 1950, one with 454, and another in 1966, where the people are leaving school. Okay, let's continue vocabulary parts. Match the pictures AL with the words in the box. Which word is not in the picture? Firstly, let's look at the pictures. A, be born. B, grow up. C, live in. D, start school. E, leave school. F, go to college. G, meet your future partner. H, get a job. I, get married. J, move to. K, have children. And L, retire. And here it is asking us which word is not in the picture. Okay, let's zoom it at, let's show it. Die. Wait a little bit. Die is the answer. Now listen and check. Practice saying the words. Let's listen.
Track 7, page 8, exercise 2. A.
Be born.
B.
Grow up.
C.
Live in.
D.
Start school.
E.
Leave school.
F.
Go to college.
G.
Meet your future partner.
H.
Get a job.
I.
Get married.
J.
Move to.
K.
Have children.
L.
Retire.
Okay, we'll listen it. Now let's pass part 3. Read the questionnaire, write answers that are true for you. We did it. For example, do you want to go to university? Most of you said, yes, I do. At what age would you like to get a job? Most of you said around 20. 3, where would you like to live? Some would like to live in Turkey, but some would like to live in another country. 4, would you like to move to another city or country? You said yes. For example, for another city or another country, some of you said yes, some of you said no. 5, Do you want to get married? At what age would you like to meet your future partner? You said, I don't want to get married. Some of you said, I want to get married at around 30. Do you want to have children? Why not? Some of you said you like children, so you want to have children, but some you don't want to have children. And now over to you. Work with a partner, ask and answer the questions as like here. Now let's pass workbook page 2, exercise 1 2. Open your workbooks here. This is the first part. Match the beginnings to the endings to make phrases. Let's see the answers. Okay. 1. Start school, 1D. 2. Get a job, 2E. 3. Meet your future partner, 3G. 4. Get married, 4F. 5. Grow up, 5A. 6. Have children, 6H. 7. Live in a place, 7C. 8. Go to university, this is B, 8B. Now complete the dialogues with the correct form of the phrases from exercise 1. Now let's see the answers again. Is that your little brother? How old is he? He is 5. He is going to start school this September. 2. Is Brian your friend's boyfriend? No, he is just a friend of hers. She doesn't want to meet her future partner until she is at least 25. 3. Hey, are you British? Yes, I am. Do you live in London? Yes, I do. 4. What do you want to do when you leave school? I don't want to study anymore. I want to get a job. 5. Do you want to have children? Yes, I do. I want to. A boy and a girl. 6. Where did your parents grow up? In Warsaw. They moved to Prague when they got married. 7. I'm not sure if I want to get married. Do you? Yes, of course, but not until I'm 30. 8. Do you think you'll go to university? Well, I hope so. If I pass all my exams, I'd like to study biology. Now we return to student's book. Okay, now page 9 on student's book. Past simple regular form. Listen and read. What is Peter's passion? Okay, let's listen it first.
Track 8, page 9, exercise 4.
My name is Peter Goldman. I was born in 1950 and grew up in Austria. I lived in Vienna with my family. I started school when I was 6. I liked school and studied hard, but I loved cars even more. I used to spend all my spare time at the local garage. My big ambition was to work on racing cars, so I went to the University of Vienna to study engineering. When I was a student, I met my future wife, Elaine. She was a student at a music school in Vienna, and she used to play the piano in a cafe. She was from London and didn't speak much German, but it didn't matter. We got married 2 years later and had 2 children quite soon after that. We didn't used to have much money, but then I got my dream job with a Formula One racing team. So we moved to Oxford. I travelled all over the world with my job, and I finally retired in 2015. But I can still watch the racing whenever I want.
Okay, now let's look at the answer. What's Peter's passion? Peter's passion is racing cars. And now complete the text with the verbs in the box. We listened. Normally he said the answers. Now just I'm going to show you the answers. You can check it. 1. Lived. 2. Started. 3. Liked. 4. Studied. 5. Loved. 6. Moved. 7. Traveled. 8. Retired. You can check them. Now it's time for part 5. Here we will complete the blanks according to the past simple. The rule is, how do we form past simple of regular verbs? We usually add ed or d to the base form of the verb. For example, play, played. Find 2 examples of past simple negative in the text. She didn't speak, it didn't matter. Complete and answer these past simple questions. For example, did he start school at 5? No, he started school when he was 6. 2. What subject did he study at university? He studied engineering. Okay, now past simple irregular. Find the past simple irregular form of these verbs in Peter's life story in exercise 4a. Let's see the answers. Be, was, grow up, grew up, go, went, meet, met, get, got, have, had. These are the answers of the past form of these verbs. Okay, let's go ahead. Now write questions about last week. Let's look. There are the forms and we wrote it on the notebook. The questions are like this. Did you read a book last week? What book did you read? Did you go to school? What time did you get up? Did you ride a bike? Where did you go last week? Did you go to the cinema? What film did you see? And we answered them. Now you can check. And we did some dialogues about these questions during the lessons. Okay, here we go to the other part. Okay, we did this part, I said it to you. Now, use to complete the sentences from the text in exercise 4a. 1. I used to spend all my spare time at the local garage. Spare time means free time here. Used to spend. Here, that means I used to spend all my spare time. I spent all my spare time, but now I don't spend, it means. She used to play the piano in the cafe. Now she isn't playing the piano. She doesn't play. Now find a negative form in the text. Let's see. We didn't used to have. This is the answer. We didn't used to have. For the negative form, it is important here. We don't add D. We didn't used to have. We just say didn't used to. No D here. It's important. Okay, now look at the questions with used to, then complete and answer the other questions. For example, did Peter used to go to university? Yes, he did. Did he used to study in Vienna? Yes, he did. Did he used to study history? No, he didn't. Now, part D, choose the correct verbs to complete the rule. We use to talk about the things that were true in the past but aren't true now. That means you did it in the past but now you don't do it. Say 3 things that you used to do as a child. We did it in the classroom. Now workbook pages 2 and 3, exercises 3 to 5. Let's see the answers. Now workbook page 2, grammar part. We liked sweet shop in town when we were younger. 2. When did he leave school? 3. He didn't get a job during the summer holiday. 4. They couldn't speak much English when they came to Britain. 5. Did you go to school by bus yesterday? 6. She saw her best friend every day during the summer holidays. 7. My dad traveled around the world for his old job. 8. We didn't understand the question in last week's exam. Okay, now part 4. Complete the dialogue with the past simple form of the verbs in brackets. 1. I didn't see you in maths yesterday. Did you go home? Yes, I did. I didn't feel well. Oh, what did you do at home? I went to bed and slept for 10 hours. 2. What did you do last weekend? I saw a great film on Saturday. I just relaxed at home on Sunday. What about you? I played football in a football match on Saturday, and we all visited my grandparents for Sunday lunch. Then I studied for the English test. Did you finish your science project? Oh no, I forgot it. Okay, check them. Now we continue with the student's book. Listening and speaking. Listen to the interview with an adventurer. Complete the information. Listen and
Track
complete.
9. Page 9. Exercise 9.
Jenna, you're an experienced adventurer. Could you tell us a bit about your life story?
Happy to. Ask all the questions you want.
When and where were you born?
I was born in France in 1960. I lived with my family in a little village near the mountains. My sister and I used to ski every day in winter.
When did you start school?
I started school when I was 6.
And did you like school?
Not much. I always wanted to be outside. I left school when I was 16, as soon as possible.
Did you have any favorite subjects?
2. PE and geography. I was good at sports and I liked learning about the world, but I hated exams.
When you left school, what did you do?
I worked as a ski instructor in the winter, then I traveled in the summer.
When did you get married?
I got married in 1995. My husband Sven was a ski champion and we have a son. He's an athlete.
What are your biggest adventures?
Well, I climbed Mount Everest without oxygen in 1984. I rowed across the Pacific Ocean in 1992. And in 2010, I swam down the Amazon River. Those were my 3 biggest adventures.
Wow. And when did you move here, to the United States?
We moved here in 2000, and my son started school here.
And when do you plan to retire?
I will never retire. Life is for living, and there is always another adventure to have.
That is an inspiring thought. Thank you, Jenna.
Okay, while listening, we saw the answers. Okay, workbook page 3, exercise 6. Let's see it. Okay, write the questions, then answer what people used to and didn't used to. Rob doesn't live in the US anymore. She's moved to Britain. Did Rob used to live in Britain? He didn't used to live in Britain. He used to live in the USA. Now Betty doesn't travel by bus to work now. She's got a car. Did Betty used to have a car? Betty didn't used to have a car. She used to travel by bus. 3. They don't live in a flat anymore. They've got a house now. Did they used to live in a house? They didn't used to live in a house. They used to live in a flat. 4. We don't have a rabbit anymore. We have a dog. Did you used to have a dog? We didn't used to have a dog. We used to have a rabbit. Now 5. He doesn't play football anymore. He plays hockey. Did he used to play hockey? He didn't used to play hockey. He used to play football. 6. Did you I don't wear glasses anymore. I've got contact lenses. Did you used to wear contact lenses? I didn't used to wear contact lenses. I used to wear glasses. Okay, now let's return students book page 9, exercise 9. Okay, we did it. So get ready to speak, work with a partner, write questions and interviews about it. We did this role play during the lesson. For extra, we wrote some questions that you would like to do, and we did it at the school. So let's pass workbook again. For the listening part, let's listen and
Track 2,
complete the
page 3, exercise 6.
blanks.
When were you born, Grandma?
Well, I was born in 1953 in Clapham, London, and that's where I grew up.
When did you start school?
I started when I was 4.
4?
Yes, my mum used to work in a shop, so I went to school early. We didn't have much money.
Huh. Did you used to like school?
I used to love it, especially English and music. I always wanted to be a music teacher.
And when did you leave school?
Well, I left when I was 16 to go to music college. It was in the centre of London, and it was wonderful.
But you didn't meet Grandpa in London, did you?
No, I met your grandpa, Peter, in a cafe in Vienna. I went there for a year as a music student. I didn't have much money, so I used to play piano in a cafe near the college. Peter used to come in for a coffee.
I didn't know that.
Yes, and I'll tell you a funny story about that when Grandpa's out. Anyway, we got married when I was 23, and then we had your mum, and then your uncle.
When did you move back to Britain?
It was when your grandpa got a job near Oxford in 1987, and I got a job teaching music after that.
Did you like teaching, Grandma?
I loved it, until I retired in 2013. Remember? But I still give you and Tasha lessons, of course.
And you're an awesome teacher, Grandma.
Good. Now go and do your guitar practice.
Okay. Thank you for listening and doing these exercises. For this week, we finished the lesson. See you next lesson. Goodbye. Take care. Have a nice day.